Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite comedy films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And with me, as always, on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world-famous juggler, Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
A little disappointed, Ozzy.
How do you? Why is that?
Well, so we normally talk a little bit before we start recording, which we were, and you were sat down a little bit more. And if for those of you listening,
I sat down a little bit more.
Yeah, like you like slouched in your chair a little bit more, and sometimes when you turn your head, we'd see in the background because you have the poster, the movie poster behind you. You'd see meat, and then it was blocked, and then your microphone covered part of part, and so it looked like meat fart. And I was laughing a lot, but now it's not.
Oh, there we go.
Life's good again. How are you doing?
I can't stay in this position. I apologize for my tears, ladies and gentlemen. The other individual you are here is Flesh Wound producer Todd. Chillin'?
As always.
All right, fantastic. This week we are reviewing and discussing the 1984 sequel, Meatballs Part 2. This time it's not personal. Todd, do you have a trailer available?
I do not.
I thought that's what we were waiting.
But I found it. But I found.
Are you ready? Because I could talk about something until then. I
found a TV spot. No trailer.
Okay.
Would you like me to play that?
Sure.
There we go. TV spots.
This summer, return to a real hot spot.
I know a place where the four of us can go and
meet new people. Breathe fresh air. Enjoy water sports. Fall in love.
I love you.
Bring the kids. Come back. The insanity continues. Meatballs Part 2. Rated PG.
Now playing at a theater near you.
Yikes. Where were you unable to find a trailer? Just curious. Was it just
I just couldn't find one anywhere online.
Well, it doesn't really surprise me. Anyhow, that was the TV spot for Meatballs Part 2, released on July 27th, 1984, rated PG, with a runtime of 87 minutes. Written by Martin Kitrosser, Carol Watson, Bruce Franklin Singer, directed by Ken Wiederhorn. And starring Richard Mulligan, Hamilton Camp, John Mengotti. Well, I mean, you want to talk about initial thoughts? We remember, just in case you joined this program without watching or remembering the first installment in the Meatballs universe, where you reviewed and discussed. I was not looking forward to this. So those are my initial thoughts when Todd said that we had to do this. So, Greg?
Well,
thank you, listeners, for such a great request, by the way.
It's a great request. I thought I hadn't seen this film. And then I saw the alien. I was like, I'm having flashbacks. Like, I remember this film now. Like,
but HBO all the time.
All the time. So, once I remembered what was going to be happening and such, I was like, oh, let's sit back and enjoy. And, most of these camp type movies have some value to them. And even if it's unintended, which I'll get to later.
Okay. Todd?
As I mentioned on the other one, I'm not a fan of the first one. It's all right. This one, while it's not good, it's bad in all the right ways. Like when I was a kid, I was kind of like, this is dumb. But as I've grown up, I've grown to appreciate how dumb it is. And if you just want a batshit time, it's perfect.
Okay. So the fun moment. Here's where the bright spot in this movie for me was at the very beginning. Jamie, who was the individual with glasses, the bus trying to get kids under control, which the bus driver was Paul Reubens, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to see him, but I was so fixated on this Jamie guy, and he looks so familiar. And then so I pulled up the IMDb, and this individual is Archie Hahn, who was also the messenger from Inner Space, one of the greatest movies of all time. That's ingrained into my head, so that's where I had remembered him from. He did prevent me from getting really angry while watching this movie, just because when I see him, it just kind of reminded me of my childhood almost.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to get into these favorite moments?
Sure.
Because I'm looking at these notes here, and they're not really favorite moments. It's just like notes about what happened. So let's get the favorite moments out of the way.
You were going to tell me that your favorite moment was there was a guy that I recognized from something else.
It also had John Larroquette. Wait, Ozzy, are you telling me you haven't gone all your life waiting for E.T. meets Rocky? Like we finally got it.
Yeah, crossed with Return of the Jedi.
Well, there you go.
All aliens are Jedi, by the way, people. No, yeah, okay. So my favorite moment actually occurred in the trailer, where I actually laughed a little bit longer than I had expected, was when the child got karate chopped in the back of the neck. that got me pretty good. Everything else is just kind of like maybe like amusing, but ultimately it was best to just have this on like just in the background if you really need to focus through something, like if you're like putting together like a Lego set or something, this would be something you could have like in the background.
There you go.
Just not speaking from experience or anything like that, just throwing it out there in case. It is PG, so you can watch it. Well, I mean, it's an 80s PG, so take it for what it's worth. There is no nudity.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a hard PG.
Yeah.
So I did give my favorite moment in terms of what made me laugh the most efficient joke, if you will.
Excellent, sir.
Yeah.
So my favorite moment in this film was unintended and was not as funny when this movie was made. But there's a moment where the guy you're talking about is hitting on someone and it doesn't go well. And Paul Reubens sticks his head out of the bus and gives him a hard time. And the guy says, "Jerk off, Albert." Little did he know what the future would hold for Paul Reubens.
And I guess little did everybody else know what he would be holding in his hand.
That's right.
Isn't that the same joke?
But Greg's was saying what the future holds. And it's like, oh, well, what he actually holds, just literal sense. Listen, I'm being as equally as stupid as the movie. So if you hate what I'm doing, hate the movie. See, this is how I'm providing a service, is that you don't need to watch this piece of crap. You could just listen to me and how I'm reacting to these guys. That's exactly how you're going to feel watching this movie. That's one of the like 5-star kind of reviews. I'm not saying this review of this fight. I'm just kind of, that's how it trying to.
Do you know the Pro Wrestling Connection?
I do not.
What of the kids with Jason Hervey? who
Oh,
went on-
right, with the Bischoff Hervey, right? Yeah. Okay, Greg, do you have a favorite moment?
Yeah, that was it.
Did we already? Todd, did you?
I didn't, but I'll do a line that I never noticed before, and
Okay.
it's probably one of the ones above the, closer to the PG. Nah, it's still PG. When he's talking to the girl and he's like, looking, he's like, "I love them. I mean, I love you."
All right.
Just his delivery. I never noticed that before. Although, to be honest, I'm not like a Meatballs aficionado. Meatballs 3, there we go, but no.
So, just some additional notes. I wrote some stuff down. One of the characters, actress by the name of, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. There's a character by the name of Fanny. So if anybody's watching this film in England, Misty Rowe, that's the name of the actress. Misty Rowe playing the role of Fanny. What was interesting is watching this is Fanny in the United Kingdom means the C word. So when he walks into the cabin with the girls, Fanny, Fanny. It was a little cringy, especially since he's like an older dude and that's, bleh. Really cringy. Let's see. Of course, the joint scene is amusing with the alien coming in and reacting the way he did. And sure, not like laugh out loud funny, but just like amusing to see.
Now, I do have to ask you on that, though. Like,
Yeah.
if you were smoking a joint
Okay.
and you saw an alien come in,
Yeah.
would you continue to smoke that same joint? Or would you be like, nope, that's enough?
I would be what would be going through my mind, not necessarily because I think I've gotten to a point when I don't visualize stuff when that happens. It just doesn't happen. So if I were to see an alien, be like, okay, yeah, you probably want some.
You'd be like,
I'd
it's
be
about time
concerned-
you showed your face.
I'd be more concerned about sharing anything with the alien because I don't know any of the any alien biology, so I don't know if it's a ploy by the alien race to poison me. So
You don't want
come
space
under the
herpes.
guise of kindness. Hey, let's share something. And in actuality, it's an assassination because I narrowly survived a metal plate and being decapitated, and I wouldn't even be here right now. So, hey, who knows? Because that whole I got to get into this after. We're gonna get sidetracked. Some other notes on here. No wonder they call him Flash. Now, the whole gimmick of one of the storylines of the movie is that one of the girls is promised to be. The other girls say, "Don't worry, we're gonna get you to see a real penis this summer," or they call it a pinky, right? PG, right? So at the end, something happens, and one of the girls says, "No wonder they call him Flash." Did I miss something? I mean, Todd, you're older than us. Was there like some early 80s slang? Because the only thing I could think of, I literally saw the Flash movie again Friday night. So I wrote down, does he have a crooked penis? Like, is it like a lightning bolt? No wonder they call him Flash. His penis looks like the chest logo of the Flash character.
I think that's left up to your imagination, and now we know what Ozzy says.
Well, I mean, what else are you supposed to think?
Just that he's flashing everybody?
Yeah.
I thought it was just as simple as that.
Yeah.
He didn't, though. The other guy pulled his pants or pulled the dress down. So,
But it's still
which by the
still
way, this
flashing.
movie did not age well. Just FYI.
Oh, yeah, no.
There's a lot of I mean, you kind
It's a
of
different
don't
time.
care. It's a different. You really don't care about anybody in the movie, to be honest, except for John Larroquette's character. You feel sympathy for him because he has to stay closeted until actually you find out that it's the trope. Like, what was I'm losing his name right now. Was it Adrian Street, the wrestler who had like the
Adrian Adonis.
No, but there was actually one that or like, oh wait, it was Adonis and he would be wearing women's clothing, right?
Yeah.
And like the gimmick is that he was gay and he did that to get heat, and it was really like awkward, kind of like cringy. So like when the whole thing, like, oh, he found this dress in this supposed closeted gay guy's room, it was just like kind of like, yeah. The joke that it was intended when it was written is not landing in 2023, and it just makes me feel very odd. That's all I have for that, I believe. Yeah, so that's a 1. Just because there was one gag that made me laugh, so that's at least a 1 there. But I would not waste my time. I mean, that's essentially a D. So minus, I would say. So yeah. Greg?
Wow.
Oh wow. What's so wow? How tell me how go.
I mean, a 1 is it had some redeeming value. Like you said, you could put it on in the background.
Yeah.
As
D minus is still passing.
A D minus is well, yeah.
Hey,
No.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
It's definitely a meat fart of a movie. I still give it a 2.5.
Oh.
So, because
Oh,
it,
boy.
in the sense of, I could watch this as a kid, and be like, oh, this is a fun summer camp movie. As an adult,
think
it's a little rough, but
yeah, I think we got into the. I'm sorry, but
yeah.
I think what we discussed last time is that it probably hits better for East Coast kids who actually went away to a summer camp.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if I were going to a summer camp, I'd be gone for like a week.
Right.
I'm just gonna imagine Ozzy was just watching, like, please, Jason, show up. Please, Jason, show up, and just start killing everyone.
I wouldn't be upset.
Well, yeah, there's some nostalgia for me with this one, but I don't think it's a good movie. I'm a 2.5. It's average.
I wish Jason would kill you right now
For what?
for giving it a 2.5. That's like a C.
I don't. They get much better when we get to the next one.
So
Wait
it's
a year
whoa.
for that. You got to wait a year for it.
This is terrible.
One summer camp movie. Jeez, Ozzy, torture.
It's like not like just a summer camp movie, but like bad summer camp movie. I mean, at least Wet Hot American Summer wasn't that bad.
Right.
This was bad.
I'd rather watch this than that.
No,
I
I'd
didn't
watch-
say.
I'd rather
No,
watch
I'm
the
saying
other.
I would rather.
Yeah, I understand that, but which one has no trailer online?
That has nothing to do with it. There's tons
Yes,
of
it
movies.
does.
Okay.
It
It's
has
just because
everything
people
with it.
don't want certain things spoiled. That's why the
It-
intense
Oh, yeah.
storyline.
Careful, we can't spoil Meatballs too.
That's right. Nobody wants spoiled meatballs, Ozzy.
Did they show the alien in the trailer? I don't even remember already.
I don't think so.
No.
See, that was the big surprise.
Oh boy.
When that
Well, that
happened
was-
in the movie, I was like, "Wait, what? Where
by
is
the
this?
way-
Why?"
By the way, say that again. Sorry.
Yeah, just the whole aliens coming in. I was just like, "Why? Why? Where?
Yeah.
What is going on right now?"
Yep.
And I think that's why it still won me over a little bit, because it had that like amount of absurdity that I was like, "Okay, let's go for a stupid ride."
No, it was too much. This was the point where it made me want to turn it off. Like, if I didn't have to review this, I would be turning it off or changing the channel at this point, because the alien didn't look pleasing at all.
What, that mask?
It looked
No,
like
it
just
looked
like
like
a
Ozzy
stone-
going to summer camp. Just like,
Oh.
oh, why am I here? Oh, I have to deal with all these people. I just want to stay home and watch movies and play games.
Sometimes looking into a mirror is hard for people.
That's not fair. I just meant he had he looked like the Easter Island Rapa Nui things. Just and then
Like I said, Ozzy.
No. Oh, dear Kirsten. Which, by the way, that was also the voice of Archie Hahn. Was Meathead, by the way. All right.
Well, make sure you
You
get
guys have any final thoughts on this thing?
Can't wait for next year.
No, I bet you can't.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, but by
Todd's got summer, Greg's got fall. That's fantastic.
you know what?
Yes.
This is not even to torture you. This was a request. We did the first one. People want to hear them all.
Oh, man. How many of these movies are there?
Just 4.
Just.
You're halfway done.
It's just cancer. It's fine.
2025 is the last time you'll ever.
Oh my God! I might throw a party that night.
We better tape them both next year just in case something happens to us.
Oh, which, by the way, I should get into that. Thank you for reminding me. So it is. We are recording this on July 30th. This will be airing, however, on Monday, August 7th. Now, at which point I may be beyond the grave at that point, because last Wednesday there was a piece of metal on the freeway. It was coming at my windshield, and I instinctively hit my brakes, and it dented my hood to where now it looks like my hood has a cleft palate. And I thought to myself, if that piece of metal went through its trajectory, it would have sliced my head right this way. I'm sorry, what?
It would have given you a cleft palate through your.
It would have made me
an eye.
No, it would have made me a dead palate, because it would have just sliced right through here, and
Ozzy would have been like, "Oh, my hair."
As long as that's okay, go with the part.
But so if I did set up, a line of Final Destination events and death catches me, I'm sorry that I won't be here to review Meatballs 3 or 4.
We better get him in tomorrow then. You got a lot of work.
That's fair.
That is not fair.
Please the people, Ozzy.
No, that is so unfair.
You'd never have to watch him again.
Oh, no.
You'd be done in 2023.
No, I can't. I need a break from these
way
things.
To look at it.
Oh God! Please don't.
It's like just
we're not gonna do this.
Pull the Band-Aid off.
No. You'll need to. If I survive to 2025, that's when I'll see Meatballs 4.
If you don't, we're gonna
who's in that one?
The whole thing.
Who's in Meatballs 4?
Who's that?
Corey Feldman.
I thought he was in Meatballs 3.
No, that's Patrick Dempsey.
Oh boy.
Damn, not a Grey's Anatomy fan.
Oh yeah, do I look like a Grey's Anatomy fan? Jeez. So I actually had there was a trivia question a few nights ago. According to one of these food websites, I can't remember what the question is verbatim because it was a few weeks ago. But according to one of these food websites, what is the most popular culinary vegetable after tomatoes? And I know, like, people are automatically like, wait, so tomatoes are a fruit, but it's a culinary vegetable, I guess, because it's used like a vegetable when it comes to food or whatever. But anyhow, the answer, unless you guys want to try and take a guess.
No clue.
Okay. It was bell pepper, right? And somebody had talked about, it was either the bell pepper or the tomato, or no,
onion?
No, not the onion. But they talked about, it's like, well, because it's put on a salad. And I was like, do I look like a guy who eats salads?
Which 100% he is, though.
Sure, but that just got me extra tips. So that was fantastic. All right. Speaking of which, if you would like to check out me hosting trivia, and I am still around, you can check out the Rush Bar and Grill Monday nights in Lake Forest at 6:30, Tuesday nights at the Placentia Brewery or I should say the brewery in Placentia. It's again at 7 o'clock Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights in Los Alamitos at Griffin's Grill at 7:30, and Thursday nights at the Honey Pond Meadery in Anaheim at 7:30 as well. So you guys have anything else before we head out for the evening?
I do just kind of want to give you a little kudos there because your trivia is a good time. I went to a trivia the other day, met up with my sister, had a good old time, just hanging out for it. But the trivia, man, it was rough. Didn't have the Aussie factor. That's for sure.
Listen, I gotta be honest. You come at one of my trivia nights once, you're gonna get spoiled. I had a team that's been coming to my Thursday night trivia nights for I don't know how long. Last week, they went to Comic-Con, and I said, I'm just letting you know what I do with these songs and pick out, my old gimmick. That's all me. That's not, my company giving me instruction on how to do that. They're like, oh, no, yeah, we know. We get that. We understand. They came back just past Thursday. They were like, Ozzy, you are so good at your job.
So what you're saying is that once you see Ozzy perform, you'll keep coming.
That's what happens, They keep coming and coming, and I just, I'm able to satisfy that urge for trivia and always give an explosive surprise at the end.
Excellent.
There we go.
The
So-
movie may
No
be
one's there.
PG, but we're teetering the line.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm only talking about the ending of trivia. But right now it's the ending of this program. But we will be back next week with a new episode, Flesh Wound Farce. That is world famous juggler Greg Larson and Flesh Wound producer Todd. I'm Ozzy V, and we'll see you next week right here on Flesh Wound Farce.